That's right, guys. I put a hole in my brand new Tesla. Let me tell you all about it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This Tesla PDX. I'm super glad that you tuned in today. My name is Nate. I started a YouTube channel in hopes to inspire people with EVs to get out into the forest, get out off trail, and to use their EVs just a little different than everybody else is using them. And I used to have a Ford F-150, and now I have a Tesla Model Y, and I've been doing some off-road stuff with it. So there we were, opening day, and my daughter and I, we were going out off-road, and I was being somewhat trepidatious with the car already, just because it is brand new and I didn't know how it would be doing on off-road. But we were going through, and if you've ever been on some Oregon back roads, sometimes there is divots, and so we went into one, and there must have been a rock in the middle of that road, and it hit right through, punctured a hole right through my skid plate. Thankfully, it really wasn't too bad. And this was actually the part of the car that was kind of like hollow, and so it ended up not hurting my car too bad. As you can see, this is the OEM skid plate, and they don't make these skid plates super sturdy. I've even heard that in the 2020 models and such, some of the previous models before mine, they were even have these be felt. So Tesla in the 2024 model obviously upgraded, and it's kind of like a hard plastic, but I was impressed with how quickly that rock went right through. And you can kind of see this is what happens when rocks and Teslas meet. Thankfully, the damage was quite minimal. I feel like the rock hit exactly in this hollow point of the undercarriage, and it ended up just kind of puncturing the hole, and that's it. It didn't damage the motor, and it ended up being pretty good compared to what it could have been. So let me tell you what I learned about this Model Y. I told you from the very beginning that this channel was going to be dedicated to taking this thing off-road and then genuinely telling you what I learned. And so what I learned is this, is I can't go down every single road. And that means that we have to be very selective about what roads I go down, and if there's going to be big boulders or something like that. This is not an off-road vehicle. At the same time, I went down most of the rest of the logging roads, all the rest of the hunting trip for the next 5, 6, 7 days, and I never had any problems. One, because I started driving the roads a little differently, started paying attention to how low and how deep those crevices were, and then the car did really well. You got to remember that these vehicles, though they are SUVs and though they are extremely capable off-road, they do not have a large clearance. It's a 6.6 inches, and unless you do some aftermarket modifications, which maybe raise the car a little bit, which I'm thinking about doing, but nonetheless, you don't have very much clearance, so you have to consider, though it has all-wheel drive, though it has all-terrain tires, how high the vehicle is something that you have to consider. So let me tell you how I fixed it. I replaced the factory skid plate with an aluminum skid plate from Amazon. The name of the company is X-Rex PM, and it's just an aluminum skid plate. It cost me $159, and it was in my house within 2 days, and it took me literally 40 minutes to bring the car up on some ramps and to replace it myself. So it was totally easy, and I'm really looking forward to being able to continue to go off-road. And I will tell you this story is that I had a logger, he pulled up next to me and he said, "I'm not quite sure it's a good idea you're up here in that." And so I always think it's pretty funny, the hate that I get in the Tesla because I'm off-road or I'm up there hunting and people don't think that it's a truck or capable enough. It's extremely capable. Have you ever put a hole in the bottom of your Tesla? Have you ever hit something with the bottom of your Tesla, and how did you handle it? I want to hear about it in the comments. Thanks so much for subscribing and liking and sharing this channel, commenting. It helps with the algorithms, and I'm looking forward to more content with you guys. In conclusion, this is not a truck, and so the 6.6 inches of clearance is not very much, and so you do have to be selective with what roads you go down. Hopefully it'll inspire you to go down some roads, and some roads maybe don't go down, and it'll save you the time and the effort to replace your skid plate. Now, these things are very capable. For the rest of my whole hunting trip, I didn't have any problems. I didn't even consider scraping. I was very mindful about what roads I went down, and the car did awesome. And in 3 weeks, my wife actually has an elk hunting tag, and we are gonna take this and do the same thing, and we're gonna put an elk on the back of it, and I hope to show you that in future videos. So thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Really helps the channel, and I hope that you are having fun in your EV. I hope I'm answering any of your questions when it comes to what your EVs are capable of doing, and I'm really enjoying my Tesla. I still love it. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.